And I was kind of like, one, I don't really mind people seeing it. And two, I've then done a whole interview with like red eyes.
True. No, it's good, man.
Like pretty obviously. Someone will go like, did he just smoke a blunt? I was like halfway through the...
Yeah. Makes for a banging trailer as well though.
We're having like a big internal thing right now of like, what do people want to see? And this from the sidelines is getting such love.
Yeah, I was going to ask about this. So in this...
It's all out now by the time this goes out.
Yep, so go and watch it, guys. You crying, what is this all about? Are you even crying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
They basically... I know. I told Talia and she was like, what? I've never seen you cry.
Yeah, I've never seen you cry.
No. The last time I cried
like
was like a funeral like 10 years ago.
And I also feel like if you were going to cry, you'd stop yourself.
Yeah, well, it's because they like carried on asking me questions. But they basically asked me a question about like charity and someone I knew that we'd done stuff with that died.
Oh, man.
And yeah, they asked me a couple questions and
it just
hit me in the...
That's sad.
Hit me in the feels.
I literally would...
I got a little bit annoyed though that it was in the trailer because it looks like a really like...
Yeah.
It is dramatic, obviously, but it looked like a... Like, here we go kind of thing.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, you just caught a good angle of you just like... You know, readjusting yourself. And I was like, actually, nah, he's literally crying. I was like, wow, what a bitch, man. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking. But no, if I did a tier list of who's less likely to cry, I probably would put you on like mostly least likely to. Do you like the boys? Who's the most likely to cry?
Most likely to cry?
Bez, Toby. Well, no, because Toby has cried. That's also...
I mean, I've seen...
JJ cries a lot.
I've seen JJ cry.
By the way, when JJ...
I've seen Bez cry.
Yeah.
And I've seen Toby cry.
Yeah.
Not saying they weren't for good reasons. I'm just saying I've seen them cry. Harry. Can't imagine Harry crying. Not, I don't think he gets sad. I literally can't. Can you imagine Harry crying?
Lux definitely cries.
Lux definitely cries.
Probably cries every
Lux,
night.
100%.
Freezy.
I reckon Lux cries if his takeaway's wrong.
Oh man, Lux gets some
Freezy,
shit.
I can't imagine cry. Freezy, I kind of can.
Yes and no. Sometimes he can be very like a bitch. Sometimes he... Sorry, I don't know. No.
I can imagine you crying.
Yeah, I cried a lot.
Yeah.
I cried this morning when my barber shaved my nose hair and I started crying.
Freezy, I think Harry's up there. I can't imagine Vic. I saw him tear up at his wedding.
Oh yeah, that was so nice because he doesn't cry. Yeah.
But again, it was such a shock to me.
Yeah.
That I still have to put him because he didn't cry.
Yeah.
He welled up.
Yeah.
So
wait, sorry. So just literally disregard everything you're saying. In that documentary, when you were crying, who was asking these questions? Like team?
Johnny BTS.
Okay. Where did he get these questions from?
He was just asking questions about charity match, about the charities we do.
How did you know
for.
about the person who died? Like, did you tell
I don't
him?
know if he did.
Okay.
He basically said like, "Oh, have you had anything like?"
Oh, then he elaborated onto it.
Yeah. Like it was more like "Oh, you've done a lot of charity stuff. Like, is it different hearing like if someone goes to you, "Oh, you raised £1 million."
Yeah.
Is it different hearing like "Oh, you've just done this for 10 kids," and
true,
actually seeing it?
Yeah,
and then it went into more and more depth and
yeah,
and stuff like that.
Changed someone's life and that. Yeah. By the way, John, as well, in the Ginge podcast, we brought up the question about him wanting to him not liking dying like Josh. He was like, "How the hell did you know that?"
He was very impressed.
Yeah, I was like, we have some top researchers here at What's Good Incorporated.
Come on
and then we got into the North v South thing. He was like, "Yeah, John's so shit at this."
Well,
because he was in the room then.
I know,
because he was like, "Oh wow."
As soon as you come in, you shouldn't be in the room.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's so nice to you.
It provided 10 minutes of content talking about North and South when you did end up talking about.
I know. No.
But yeah, a lot of people put that me crying.
And you quitting.
With me saying, hypothetically, if I left, but taking out the hypothetical.
Bro, we filmed the whole podcast not long ago, the last solo one, and after it, we both said we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it was a perfect time for it.
It was perfect.
The whole podcast could have been called. Nice. Because we had guests lined up, and the one time we had a guest lined up in a perfect title, that would have been solo. Because it could have been like Simon quitting, you know, and this whole podcast is you telling you why.
I did that interview, and I went in. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that slow-mo.
So go back again.
It looks so...
The first part looks like you're just scratching your head. The second part...
First part looks like they've gone like, "Oh, what if you had a penalty and you gave it to Josh?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Me going like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Also, someone did take a clip out of, this is the one I mentioned earlier, of Vic saying he feels like an outsider, and they made it like a big thing as in like, oh, he feels like an outsider of the group.
They take every clip where someone like doesn't high-five him or something like that.
Yeah. But all it was is him saying, I feel like an outsider in terms of not liking football. He's like,
yeah,
our friendship's not based on football.
I just hate this whole like thing of, I find it even worse, you know, that people are like, oh, like they really try and make up stuff while I'm crying and like
Yeah,
really want to see me cry. I feel like that's weird.
One thing about like doing content and having an audience is it's crazy how many people make up theories
And
then,
just say like they state it.
yeah, but then someone else agrees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, that's just not true, man. So don't believe anything you read, guys. And also those stories and someone's like, oh, I met James Corden at a bar and he's fucking ignorant. Also,
It's like you probably went out to him with your phone out.
yeah,
and he
it's
said
hard
no.
to, and some people, everyone's got the same story, but it's like, I don't know. Some people might be nice, but have certain rules like, oh, I don't want to interrupt my meal or something, but it's...
Yeah, like this, all the things. Simon said maybe he'll leave when they've been doing YouTube for 10 years and charity match was his last one. I'm like, no, I literally gave a hypothetical situation about if I left, how would we do it?
There you go,
like,
that person's got it. Yeah.
And yeah.
Look, either his charity means a lot to him, and that's like, you can't say either. It's like, that's not an answer.
Neither of them are right. Yeah.
But it's just, but then again, I get it as well from like their point of view. People are making theories, but it's just like crazy how like a rumor or something can go around and round and round.
I get it about rumors.
Yeah.
As long as you're not stating it.
But then,
like, oh, I reckon it's because of this. That's fair. But people go like, oh, he said he's leaving the Sidemen and now he's crying because he's sad about the last match.
But I also think that some people on TikTok especially will post a comment just like, oh, he's leaving the charity match as a joke. You can't tell the tone on the joke. That one gets like 5,000 likes and now it's the top one.
Yeah, I get that.
And then they didn't mean to like say anything like that. But yeah. You know that guy from Undateables?
Yep.
He did a...
Which one? There's lots.
The guy... I can't remember his name, but he does TikToks too, I think.
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, so anyway, he did a TikTok rating... Yeah, John Robinson's fruit juice lined up, all different flavors, and he was going through all the different flavors. Like, oh, my favorite's orange. So I commented on it saying, oh, Blood's got a brand deal. It's like a joke, but I deleted it because I thought everyone's then going to start thinking I'm hating on him. But I meant it in a good way, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's got brand deal. It wasn't brand deal, but, you know, but I deleted it because I was nervous about people taking it the wrong way. That's just an insight into kind of like cancel culture. Then
that makes it even worse sometimes. You delete it, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, he deleted it because of
I
this.
deleted it after 10 seconds.
Yeah,
I
they're
followed
like,
it.
he deleted it because of this and just says a reason.
I know, right?
And then from that point on, it's fact.
Yeah, it's just annoying because like back in the day, I would say something like that as a joke and be completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I wasn't being offensive at all, but someone could take it the wrong way. So that's why I commented it, scrolled past 2 TikToks, I went back. I was like, no, I can't run on that. I can't run. But
They actually asked me, like, do you want us to take that out, that bit?
that's nice.
And I was kind of like, one, I don't really mind people seeing it. And two, I've then done a whole interview with like red eyes.
True. No, it's good, man.
Like pretty obviously. Someone will go like, did he just smoke a blunt? I was like halfway through the...
Yeah. Makes for a banging trailer as well though. So
I didn't like that though.
Well, I know, but it does.
Yeah.
if you want,
I'm like, if it was something about like, I don't know, something about
that's what you
me,
mean. That's what you mean.
I get
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
you're
Someone else.
dramatizing something that I didn't really want to.
Nah, I get you.
Yeah.
But people will want to watch it for that reason anyway. Like, as in, like, people want to watch it to see why in a good way, not just
Yeah. But then they'll go, oh, okay.
True. Yeah. True.
And I'm like, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's like clickbaiting for no reason. But yeah, I feel you. Anyway, that's a cool documentary. That you
I also
guys
didn't
did.
get any explanation out. I literally just started crying and then they were like, do you want to move on to the next question? I was like, yeah.
Okay.
They were, do you want to go back to it? I went,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Sure.
So I said to them, like, we need to have like a big
Did you shoot that at one of the clothing? Like.
downstairs.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I think. Okay. Yeah. Bless.
Yeah.
Cool.